Hey, what's going on, guys? I want to read to you a comment that somebody left inside my private Facebook group for Triumph Over Tinnitus 3 members. Okay, so I'm just going to read this out to you. And I'm also I think I'm going to read it and then I'm going to go back and teach you the lessons and help you avoid things that are going to waste your time, money, and probably make your tinnitus worse. Okay, so I do get a lot of people posting messages in this group to tell me about their success, and you can see a lot of those on my Instagram page, but this one specifically I wanted to make a video because it's just so in line with the typical person who gets tinnitus and then gets better, but they could have skipped about 6 steps in between and saved themselves so much pain and anguish. But they listened to their doctors, as anyone sane person would do, and they got worse when they did that. So I'm here to make this video. If you've just found my channel, congratulations, you're about to skip a whole bunch of pain and financial problems. Okay, so let me read this out, and you're going to see this on the screen. This is from somebody named Helen. Hi Liam, my name is Helen and I'm 43 and I live in the United Kingdom. After a year of difficult health issues, which I felt were due to menopause, I became anxious and depression crept in. I've never experienced this in my lifetime. It was a scary time. The main reason for my anxiety and depression was my stress-induced tinnitus. It was awful, like a kettle boiling in my head. I was hospitalized and put on antidepressants. I managed to get back on my feet and back to work, but my tinnitus still dogged me. I spent £3,000 on earpieces, which helped me cope but didn't address the issue. So I did lots of research and found you and Julian Cohen Hill. I signed up to Triumph Over Tinnitus 3 and watched from a distance, trying to absorb everything you were suggesting. Anyway, I've been dreaming of this day when I could share a positive result. I was nervous about iodine and a duet, but 2 weeks ago I took the plunge. I'd stopped coffee, milk, and alcohol, and a few weeks previously I'd started selenium as you suggested. So it was now the rest of my diet and iodine. Where am I? I commenced with the keto diet, which I'm now really enjoying. No carbs, lots of meat and good fats. Then I started on iodine, 3 drops. After 2 days, boom, my head was clearer. Energy raised and my tinnitus was much quieter. It's like, I think she's trying to say here, it's like I'd been needing 22 hours of sleep. 2 weeks later, I've increased to 4 drops and I feel great. My tinnitus is barely noticeable. In fact, I can go for hours in silence. It's quite remarkable. My anxiety is melted away too. I know it's early days yet, but if this is the results after just 2 weeks, then the future looks bright. Happy for you to share this. Thanks very much. P.S. I've also purchased the book and it's jaw-dropping. I think this is a book on iodine. It gave me the confidence to start taking iodine. There is a testimonial in there from a woman that had tinnitus, among other issues, and she recovered. It's a brilliant read. So let's go through and learn the lessons. The first lesson is she's 53, okay? So if you're 53 or above 40 and you think that you're old and you can't do it, guess what? You're wrong, okay? People think stress-induced tinnitus, diet doesn't affect stress-induced tinnitus. Guess what? You're wrong. Earpieces. People think earpieces are a good idea. Guess what? You're wrong. They only cover the issue. I'm actually thinking about trying to contact some sort of federal trade commission and get earpieces stripped from the market. Seriously, it's a scam. Barely works, extremely expensive, and they work by projecting the exact noise of your tinnitus to try and block it out. But yet, everybody knows the pitch of your tinnitus can change. And then what? Do you go and get it done again? And why are you paying £3,000 for an iPod headphone? I get it, it's a little bit more complicated than that, but it seems to me like someone's cashing in on people's pain. Okay? Julian Cohen Hill, he's great. So iodine, what do doctors say? Don't take iodine, you're going to get a thyroid disorder. Total rubbish, okay? If you look at the work from Dr. Brownstein, who recently, he's a doctor and has been for a long time, but why didn't he renew his medical license? Because he realized that being a doctor meant you're a drug dealer. Now, don't get me wrong. Doctors are heroes. I would be dead right now if it wasn't for doctors when I got sick. If you have an acute problem like a burn or a poisoning like I got, or you broke a bone or you're giving birth, or there's some sort of problem where your appendix burst, yeah, They are heroes of society, and you're going to need their help. And you better hope that you have a decent doctor who paid attention in medical school, because they're going to save your life, okay? And they're amazing. Same with nurses. They're fantastic, okay? But if it's a chronic problem, such as tinnitus or diabetes or a blood pressure problem, or you're obese, they're fucking worthless. They're out of their depth. They cannot help you. They won't help you. They'll just give you drugs and make your life horrifically worse in almost every measurable way, including financial. Fucking scam. Okay? Once again, I want to reiterate, diet matters. Okay? It is probably the biggest thing you could do when it comes to tinnitus. You get tinnitus from an eardrum problem, guess what? You're going to need protein to fix that. You get your tinnitus from a drug, guess what? You're going to need proper proteins and fats, especially if it's a halide from a clonazepam, Roaccutane, antidepressant, corticosteroid, benzodiazepine. Okay, those toxins have to go somewhere, and normally they'll lodge themselves in the fat, which your body assigns them to in your brain or your nervous system, central or peripheral. Okay, you've got to get them out. Okay, fasting can also really help with this. What also helps with that? Iodine and selenium. Okay, you could take in fluoride or bromine from a drug. It's going to lodge itself in your thyroid gland. You're going to take iodine and selenium to get it out. Obviously, there's more to this than Helen is speaking about here, which is in the course. So if you go and take iodine and selenium, you might just fuck yourself up royally. So don't do that. Speak to your doctor first, okay? I have to say that, but I really mean it. Speak to your doctor first, okay? You don't know about any allergies, do you? So speak to your doctor first. What's another lesson in here? People think tinnitus is for life. Well, that's not true, is it? Okay. It's been 2 weeks. Her tinnitus will probably be gone in another week or a month. Okay. Anxiety. People say, Liam, I want to do your course or I want to apply your knowledge, but I just don't know what to do about my anxiety. And I said, this is the course for anxiety. Follow my advice. This is it. People have a problem with focusing when they have anxiety. There's a rule when people join my Facebook group, and one of the rules is you cannot talk about other people's tinnitus advice. And you might have some people think, oh, well, is that because like Liam thinks he's God and he's the only one that knows how to get rid of tinnitus? Obviously, that's not true at all. And it's not how I think. But the fact is that if you start looking at different things, then you're not going to focus on one thing, because the grass is not greener on the other side of the fence. The grass is fucking greener where you water it. Choose one thing and stick with it. Choose someone else's thing. Make up your own thing. Follow my thing. But just do one thing. One thing. If you deviate, you lose. And so many people deviate. I'm not saying do my thing 100% and do everything all at once, because I've never said that. Follow my thing incrementally. If you don't know what my thing is, click below this video and find out. Okay? Iodine's amazing. Doctors don't know what they're talking about. They can help with chronic problems, and they are absolute heroes. I'm not being sarcastic or making it sound more than it is. They are amazing at that. But when it comes to acute short-term, chronic long-term, when it comes to long-term problems, they are fucking useless, okay? You need to see someone who knows what they're talking about. You need to see someone who specializes in that one thing. I saw a great picture the other day, and it was a doctor and it was just a cartoon, and a doctor and a woman patient sitting in the room, and a doctor said, don't think that your Google education is smarter than my 8 years at medical school. And she said back, don't think that your 1 hour lecture on my condition is better than my 8 years living with it. And I've never seen something more true. Guys, doctors know a little bit about everything. And how much do they know? How much is that little bit? It's just enough to know what to prescribe you. And that's how simple it is, okay? That's how simple it is, okay? So stop listening to your ENT, your audiologist, your neurotologist, your friends, your family, the forums, the psychiatrist, the therapist, and the voice in your head that says, maybe it wouldn't be too bad to live with it, okay? It's fucking horrible to live with tinnitus. I did it for 4 years, okay? It's nearly coming up to 3 years now without it, and I can't even remember what it's like. Even as I got really sick, didn't come back. Okay? If you maintain a healthy lifestyle, it won't come back. You don't have to be as crazy as you are to get rid of it. You don't have to keep doing that. But you got to keep some of the things in there, because why would you want to live unhealthily in the first place? It's one of the benefits of being generally healthy is that you can get rid of anxiety, is that I get people to say, I'm off my blood pressure medications. I have people to follow my advice and say, I don't have to take my metformin or my insulin anymore. It's amazing, okay? It's ridiculous what you do when you give the body what it needs. Another thing, I have people that stop eating plants, or they eat mostly meat and a little bit of plants, and they say, oh, Liam, I think I'm constipated. And I say, well, are you going to the bathroom and you're sitting on there and you can't poo? And they say, no, I just feel like I'm just not going as much. And I say, well, congratulations, you're giving your body what it needs. You can go watch a video right now from Dr. Michael Greger, the vegan doctor, and he'll talk about how plant cells, including carbohydrates, are encapsulated in fiber, and that makes them almost indigestible by humans, which is why people poo a lot when they have kale shakes or kale or vegetables or an acai bowl. But when you eat plenty of meat, guess what? The body gets what it needs and it actually absorbs it. It's like, oh my God, thank you for actually eating human food. Thank you so much. We evolved on this, so it's nice of you to give me that. Thank you. We don't get to choose what we eat. Millions of years of evolution of our ancestors, they made the decision for us. We can't change it in one generation, okay? Anyway, I just wanted to share this with you. I think it's really, really cool. Congratulations, Helen. That's really, really cool. I'm looking forward to you getting silence. And for all of you people watching on YouTube, just know tinnitus is not for life. And if you're thinking of purchasing an earpiece, think to yourself, now, is this coping or is it addressing the underlying problem? Is tinnitus retraining therapy coping, or is it addressing the underlying problem? Are earpieces coping? Are antidepressants coping? Is a meditation retreat coping? You can figure that out for yourself. All right, guys, have a great day and fuck tinnitus.